There is no, it's like speaking Spanish to an English speaking person.
Improper persona, sojourners, or heritage of the land.
Ma'am, I said state your name. I didn't.
I will state for this X-rail. This
ma'am, listen, let me say this to you.
This trade name.
If I didn't think someone had jurisdiction over me, I promise you, I would not even get out of my bed. I don't really care what you believe.
Judge Bryant doesn't hold back in this one. She completely dismantles this disrespectful sovereign citizen right in the courtroom. By the end of the hearing, the tone shift is wild. This person goes from being combative to practically whispering, sounding like they're on the verge of tears. Honestly, this is one of the most satisfying courtroom moments I've ever seen. I'm not exaggerating when I say this might be one of the top 3 sovereign citizen showdowns I've covered. So far, Judge Bryant absolutely loses patience, and rightfully so, and what unfolds is both intense and unbelievable. It's wild to see someone walk into court thinking they can challenge the system with baseless arguments and then get completely humbled in real time.
All right. Okay, this is case number 0.
I think it's official. Judge Bryant just became my favorite judge on the bench. Sure, we've got legends like Judge Oakley and Judge Middleton, but the way Judge Bryant handled this courtroom, she might have just taken the crown. The control she maintained was rare. Seriously, you don't see that often anymore. These sovereign citizens walk into court thinking they're hosting a TED Talk, rambling nonsense like they're above the law. And way too often, judges just sit there and let it happen. I'm not sure if it's hesitation, fear of backlash, or something else. But that wasn't the case here. Judge Bryant shut it all down. No sugarcoating, no hesitation, just firm, decisive authority. And honestly, it was refreshing to watch. More judges need to operate like this. If they did, maybe we'd see fewer of these YouTube law experts showing up with their fake IDs and sovereign buzzwords, thinking they've cracked the legal system. Honestly, if courtrooms had Yelp reviews, Judge Bryant's courtroom would be getting 5 stars from me. Let me know in the comments what you thought of her handling, because that was pure courtroom gold.
This is case number 174612601, the people of the state of Michigan versus Bonita Ayana Sealy. The defendant is charged with 1 count of assault or assault and battery, and today is the date set for an arraignment on a bench warrant. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christina Ritter on behalf of the people, P number 8350505.
All right, ma'am, please unmute yourself. State your name for the record, please.
Islam. I, self-law, am master, improper persona, sojourners, or heritage of the land.
Ma'am, I said state your name. I didn't.
I will state for this X-rail. This
ma'am, listen, let me say this to you.
This trade name. No, this trade name.
If you did not come to court, if you didn't come to court to participate in court, please don't come back to my courtroom. So I've muted you, so therefore we can't even hear what you're saying. So let me be clear. If you have not come to court, because let me just be clear. Okay, well, you have a great day. Have a great day. If I didn't think someone had jurisdiction over me, I promise you, I would not even get out of my bed. I promise you. Let me say this. If a person did not have jurisdiction over me, if I believed that a person, that an entity did not have jurisdiction over me, I promise you, I would not get up out of my bed. I would not take a time off of work. I would not stop anything that I was doing for that day to come to court to say these things. Number one, you know it's going to get you nowhere. There is no, it's like speaking Spanish to an English speaking person.
If you guys enjoy content like this, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Let's get back to the video, guys.
So if you believe, Miss Sealy, from the bottom of your heart, that I nor this court has any jurisdiction over you, ma'am, don't come. You don't come. Because there's nothing. There is absolutely nothing. There is nothing that I can do for you. If you are not interested in proceeding in a manner that we can understand you, if you're going to simply read off some stuff to me, it's equivalent to me going over to England, since apparently you all don't believe that you're citizens. I don't really care what you believe. It is equivalent to me going over to England, getting arrested, and then telling them they don't have jurisdiction over me. If they let me go home, I promise you, if I didn't think they had jurisdiction over me, I'm not showing up. So okay. So we can try this one more time. If you want to state your name for the record so that we can have the name for the record, then you can state your name for the record. If you're going to say all of that other stuff to me that I don't have jurisdiction, then I'm gonna subside, and I'm gonna go ahead and move on to another case. I am going to remove you from the courtroom because this is going to get us nowhere. Nowhere. Now, by the time you've said all of this, by the time you've done all of this, this is a 2017 case. We probably would be finished with the case by now. Probably would be. Probably would be. Of course, I'm not going to give legal advice. I'm not going to say what she should do and how she should respond. Probably would be finished with this case by now. Okay, ma'am, please state your name for the record.
Wow, this judge is now officially my new favorite judge.
This sovereign citizen is honestly the perfect example of what happens when someone just never learns the basics of accountability. I mean, seriously, you'd expect someone in their mid-50s to at least have a grasp on how the real world works. But here she is, standing in court and acting like she's 12, trying to wriggle her way out of trouble with some half-baked internet excuse. It honestly blows my mind. Maybe she grew up in an environment with zero discipline, or maybe she never had anyone to teach her about respect and responsibility. Either way, it's painfully obvious that somewhere along the way, the lessons about authority, the legal system, and basic common sense just never landed. What's wild is that she probably found some copy-pasted legal nonsense on Facebook, maybe something her grandson forwarded, and thought she was about to outsmart a judge. And then boom, Judge Bryant sets the record straight in the most satisfying way possible. You could see it in her face, too. She knew she was in the wrong. Her reaction said it all. Let's be real here. You can't just choose which laws to follow based on what sounds good in a meme or a conspiracy blog post. The legal system doesn't work like that. Sovereign citizens have been trying and failing at this for decades, and every single time, the result is the same. They lose. No exceptions. So yeah, that's where I'll wrap this one up. What do you think? Was Judge Bryant too harsh? Personally, I don't think so at all. But I know some of you might have a different...
This is a child abuse 4th degree case. Strike that. Again, I keep looking down at your client, looking up at your client's case. This is an assault or assault and battery case. The court is going to set the matter for a pretrial conference. The complaining witness is required to appear. Failure of the complaining witness to appear will most likely result in the matter being dismissed. Probably could have already been dismissed. I don't know if you have contact with the complaining witness or not, Miss Ritter. However, the complaining witness is required to appear at the pretrial conference. Today is December the 6th. The court is going to set the matter for January the 6th. At 8:35. I'm sorry, 8:25. That denotes the arraignment portion. 8:25. As I indicated, the complaining witness is required to appear. Failure of the complaining witness to appear will most likely result in the matter being dismissed unless the people have a valid explanation for the failure to appear. Bond will continue with no contact with the complaining witness. Anything further?
Nothing from the people, Judge. Thank you.